Okay, so the topic for today's meeting is related to the monthly Academy release, which is for Jonas's course, The Ultimate Prop Posing Workflow. In this class, she says she will show you how to create breathtaking images that parents will fall in love with, keeping sessions short and sweet as well, which is very valuable. I know that you mentioned that you wanted to show off in your course like the heart bowl, that you have lots of like versatility with that. So that's a part of it too. Let's see. Okay, so then I'll introduce you. She's a specialist newborn and baby photographer and educator based in Newport, Wales. Photography and creativity have always been at the heart of her passions. From a young age, she loved capturing moments and exploring artistic expression. Fru has a strong desire to work with children. She did mention that to me when we were chatting before. With a background in early years education combined with her love for photography, that's a good way to lead into this profession, I think.
Yeah.
So today she has the privilege of photographing beautiful babies and families while also sharing her knowledge and experience with fellow photographers such as us through newborn posing and safety education. Very important. She's also an award-winning photographer, having taken first place in the newborn category with APNPI, along with other notable placements. So welcome. Thanks for coming on here.
Hello.
So your course, it says you emphasize maximizing variety in a short time frame. That's a great thing to teach. What inspired you to develop this streamlined approach to prop posing, and how has it transformed your sessions?
Well, it wasn't like a certain idea that I started working on. It just sort of happened through the years. So I like to keep everything simple. And I find that a set workflow can help you like maximize your sessions because you don't get stuck on panicking what comes next, what you're going to have to do next, what comes after what. And I sort of find myself doing the same thing over and over again and following the same sort of workflow, same sort of routine. And I always try to find ways how I can get more done in a session. How can I do it in the way that like the less disturbing to the baby and like the more time effective. And yeah, I find something that works really well for me, and I lost you. I lost you, Jackie.
Oh no, am I back?
Yes, you're back.
Okay, I can still see you, so I'm not sure what happened there.
Oh,
okay,
okay.
Continue.
So yeah, I find something that was working really well and helped me a lot during my sessions. And when I started teaching and mentoring other photographers, I thought that this is a really important subject to focus on, and also that not every photographer is keen to do lots of different poses and lots of different setups. This is quite a simple and easy way to add variety without doing too much at the same time.
I like that, and I agree with you. It's like if you can keep it short, then parents are usually grateful because they're tired. They just want to get home.
Absolutely.
You know, even if they're having a great time with you. We all know, we've been there. So I know you offer strategies for working with awake and unsettled babies. Can you share a memorable experience where those techniques made a big difference during your challenging session?
Yes. I think for quite a long time, I was in the belief that you want babies to be sleepy and parents want the sleepy images of their newborns, but that's obviously not always the case. And many of us can stress if you cannot settle the baby into a deep sleep. So I started shifting my perspective, and I started to try to capture more awake pictures of the newborns, and I realized that parents actually love those, sometimes even more than the sleepy ones. So I start my sessions with family photos, and I think that's like a great way to get some images of the baby, even if baby is unsettled and you cannot get baby into a certain position, or baby cannot be put down in one of the props, you can still get some like really nice close-ups, little details of their features while baby is still in parents' arms. So mom's holding the baby, but it's not a full family picture. It's more focused on the baby and baby's face and baby's expressions. Also, just like gently swaddling baby can help them to feel more calm and relaxed and less stressed out and floppy with their arms and everything. So I think starting with things like that and trying to make the most of whatever you can in the situation, it's much more helpful than worrying about trying to get baby into a deep sleep and get over the poses.
I totally agree with that. I think some of my personal favorite images from my sessions are when babies are awake and they're very expressive. You know, sometimes they make like really funny expressions and you're like, oh, that happened for probably like a millisecond, right?
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, I find the most challenging part about handling an awake or like an unsettled baby is getting the eye contact or getting the sort of image that you have in your head that you are aiming for. But without sounding harsh, even if like baby gets a bit grumpy and not like proper crying, but a bit moany, I try to get a snip of that as well. And I find that my clients appreciate it because when they look back at it and they see like, yeah, that was my baby on the day, and they want to be reminded of that as well, not just like the picture perfect images.
Yeah, I agree. I've definitely included a few, like, not really full crying images before, but like a little pout or something. And I mean, most people don't think to take pictures of their babies doing that, but it's also a face that you will see every day for years, right? So it's kind of nice.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Okay. So your course includes creative uses of the heart-shaped prop. What are some of your favorite variations of that prop, and how do they enhance the storytelling aspect of the newborn photography?
Oh, that is a great question. I don't think I can pick a favorite way of using it, really. I love all the ways that I do with my heart-shaped prop. I use it at every single newborn session. I think this is my most well-used prop. And yeah, I just try to come up with like different ideas rather than doing the same overhead shot of the heart and baby wrapped up in the heart. But because I did that quite a lot, I pose babies with the heart properly showing and baby being in a supported potato sack wrap. I did that quite a lot, and many photographers sort of know me for that pose, and it gets requested by clients as well because they see it on my page quite a lot. I love playing around with it a little bit. I love it when baby is not fully wrapped up, just in like a loose wrap or a base wrap, and you can get sort of like a backlit kind of perspective of the hard bowl and baby in the hard bowl, because it shows off baby's features a bit better in my opinion. And I also really love doing it when the heart is under a blanket and you can only see the outline of the heart. And that comes in handy in the way that if I do a full on post session, then I can incorporate the backdrop fabric that we used for the sleepy poses and cover the heart with the same fabric. So it's sort of, like incorporates the whole thing into one. So it's not a typical blanket pose, but if we are using the same blanket, that it unites the two parts of the session.
Yeah, it's a good way to add variety and like it's a little bit of visual interest to the image too. Yeah, I had a peek through your website to look at some of the images, and the heart prop is very, very precious. I like it. I'm sure parents
It's
do too.
everywhere. I know it's everywhere. I love it. And I think because I love it, my clients love it as well.
Yeah, for sure. Whenever you're like very enthusiastic about something and you're kind of like an expert on how to use it, like I think people get very excited about that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So for photographers who are new to prop posing, is there like a foundational skill or a mindset that you recommend they focus on to build confidence and efficiency in their workflow?
Yes, absolutely. I think first and foremost, the most important thing is safety all the time. Um, it comes to like when you're choosing props, I would absolutely go for good quality, specially designed for newborn photography props, other than just like getting anything from Target or TK Maxx or whichever part of the world you're living in one of your everyday stores. Um, you need a prop that's like sturdy enough and well balanced, so it will be safe for the babies to be posed in. Um, look out for sharp edges, like anything that can cause any harm, and have your props properly weighted. Also, baby safety. So when you position babies, when you do your wrapping, when you do your posing, you need to be aware of certain things on like how to handle these babies, how to position them, how to make them comfortable and do the whole thing safely. So I think that should be everyone's first priority when you are working with newborns and babies. That should be the first thing that you think about and learn about and have like a confident knowledge about. Um,
You talk about that in your course as well, like safe, I'm assuming.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I always very much on about newborn safety, because that's like the most important thing ever. And also, if you're new and you are just starting out and you are just exploring using props or any parts of newborn photography, I would keep everything as simple as possible. You don't want to bring in loads of distractions. You don't want to bring in loads of different things to experiment with. Just pick one prop, one pose that you practice over and over and over again. And once you master that, you can move on to something new, something else, and just take your time in both learning and both at the session, really. So you cannot rush babies, you cannot rush anything when you are working with newborns. So
Absolutely. I like
yeah.
that you mentioned like investing in a prop that's specifically made for newborn photography is often like really important and a great idea.
And
When I
it can be
started,
very overlooked as well.
yeah,
So people can think that, yeah, I can just go to a garden center and get a bucket, but that bucket not gonna be perfect for newborn posing because it's not sturdy enough, it's not tall enough, or it might be too big. So yeah, definitely good quality props will make a huge difference if you want to use props.
yeah. I remember when I first started, one of my clients brought me a bassinet that was really cute. And she was like, "Oh, I found this, in my attic. And I thought maybe you'd want it." And I was like, "Sure." And then when I tried to use it with older babies, I hadn't thought about that. It was very tippy. So I ended up getting around it by literally placing 4 bricks in the bottom and covering it with fluffy blankets. But I
Yeah,
just stopped using it once I like discovered that you can, buy
yeah.
them
I don't
specifically.
I don't need to use that with the hard bowl because it's quite shallow and it's like a large coverage on the floor anyways. But if I use any basket or bucket or any other prop that's a bit elevated from the ground, I always have a weight in the bottom just to make sure that that prop gonna stay where I need it to stay and it's not gonna tip over or anything.
Yeah, that's good. That's important. So, um, yeah, I mean, I've asked, I think, lots of questions. You've given us lots of really nice information about your course, and I'm excited to see it.
Oh, perfect. Please let me know what you think if you watch it. I think it's available for the Academy members already. So if you are a member of the APMPI Academy, then you can just log in, find my course, and you can watch the little videos I made. There's five different sessions, lessons, episodes. That's the
Yep.
correct word. 5 episodes in there, and even if you are not a member, like one of you who are watching and would like to see the course, then it's available to buy.
Yep.
And I am pretty sure it's on sale until the end of the month.
That's perfect then. So everybody should check it out, especially if you want to add more skills to your, repertoire, or if you just want to learn how to use the heart bowl. We'll put the link in the comments as well, so people can have the link to check it out.
Amazing.
Yeah. So I think now we're supposed to switch to my practice image critique.
Ooh. Amazing.
All right. Let's see.
So let me introduce Jackie as well a little bit, but I'm pretty sure you guys are more familiar with Jackie than with me at this point.
I don't know.
Jackie is also a newborn and baby photographer, and she's an award-winning photographer with APMPI. She's been awarded first place with the newborn category before. She's based in Canada, near Toronto, and she specializes in like very minimal styling and bright whites. So all white, minimal posing, newborn photography, a little bit different from what I do, because my space is tiny and it's dark, and yeah, it's in the attic, so it's nothing compared to Jackie's work. But I think that's one of the great things about newborn photography, that there's like so many ways, so many options, so many styles that we can go for.
Yeah, exactly. I appreciate them all too. Like, I started out doing posed newborn photography and using some props, and like I know how difficult it can be. So I'm very like proud of anyone who masters that skill.
Oh, thank you.